Hello, my name is Stu. I'll introduce myself directly without further ado. I'm a lesbian with 3 Oscars, friends with Elon Crazy Musk, father of 4 kids. But the reason why I want to do this video is not to defend gay rights. I'm doing this video for a more important purpose, but culture and art. Yes, that's right, white Americans. You can turn off the video now and go cry to your mother if you want. I'm here because I want to show people that some fans can do a better job than some directors, especially me, who won 8 Oscars. And I'm announcing to all Joe Rogan fans that I want to do that, and the project I want to do is Uncharted. That's right, girls. I'm here for Uncharted. I'm a big Uncharted fan just like MJ, but I want to tell you about it from the beginning. 2 years ago, Uncharted was made into a movie like many adaptations, and I don't want to lie. It was pretty good, so good that for a moment, I wanted to be Spider-Man. You know what I mean, right? I love Tom Holland. I even want to make my middle name Tom Handsome, but he was not the captain for this role. He may have parkour skills and he may be funny, but trust me, he's not the one. I know how I know because I'm a 4-time snowboard champion and I'm a crazy BTS fan, and for that, anyway, let's not get into it. Seriously, the characters, the treasures, and the jokes felt like they were written on the fly, and then the team went home and played Xbox. Maybe that's why the movie turned out the way it did. If you don't count the perverted fans, I think most of the fans who loved the game, myself included, could have made something good. For example, Scooby-Doo, Marvels, etc. I'll prove it in this video and tell you chapter by chapter who should play the characters, events, treasures, and dialogues. Get ready, Jeff Bezos, because here I come. Note, I have written screenplays before, and if you want to read my books, I will leave a link below. So it will be more romantic and we will get to know each other. Chapter 1, Characters. As I said, as much as I like Tom Holland and Mark No Mustache, I don't think they fit these roles at all. I mean, Nathan and Sullivan were like father and son. Anyway, they were like brother and sister, and that was not very good. I'm not even talking about the other characters. Except for Banderas, he wasn't bad. But his role was bad. Now let's talk about the people I think should have been in it. Scream, please. He's supposed to be the younger version of Nathan Drake in the first movie so that we can get to know him better. So Bradley Stephen Perry is the one who's supposed to play the younger version of him. A lot of people are about to point guns at me and chase me, but put your guns down, ladies, because he's the one for this role. Like most of you, I know him from Good Luck Charlie, and I just want to say that I think his looks, his humor, and the way he talks, I think he's a perfect fit. Okay, he hasn't been in an adventure movie before, but that's a good thing because the audience would like to see a newbie, Nathan Drake, and see him develop. I'm the Stephen Hawking or the Ronaldo of this business, so there's no need to go down to the player's foot size. For our old man, we need someone with a mustache, a man who likes mustaches. I have 3 names in mind for this role, but not all of them will run for the role just because I want them to, but it would be good if they run because running is good. Wow, I could get an Oscar nomination for my bad jokes. Ladies and gentlemen, Bryan Cranston. Look at that mustache, and I hear he's good with the pros. Am I right, people? Anyway, the other 2 names I had in mind were Kevin Costner and Jim Carrey, but they didn't answer my call because they were busy. That's rude. I've seen Bryan a lot of times as a father, and he's really good at it. Look at that mustache, just wow. He's like a gold lover, so it wouldn't be hard for him to fit the character. Joking aside, his posture and the way he talks is pretty good. He might not sound like a Salewian, but he could be the same Salewian and present it differently, which would be more fun. The only person I can't find is Elena. There are many actresses, but still none of them feel definite. So we need to find out the foot size of celebrities and compare it to Elena's foot size. I'll let you know when I come to a conclusion with the Scooby-Doo gang. Finally, I want to mention 2 more people who won't be in the first movie. I'm such a writer that I'm even thinking about the second movie. I want Sam Drake and Lazarevich to be in the same movie. Jerry Traynor would play Sam very well, and Eric Allen Kramer could be Lazarevich. I want to show them connected, and that's the only villain in the series that I don't want to change. I have a lot of people in mind for the villain for the first movie. So let's not dwell on that, babies. Part 2. Director. We all know that nobody can become a director all of a sudden. It's not as easy as becoming the President of the United States. I don't have a lot of knowledge, so I can't suddenly understand the lights or whip the workers. That's not me, because I'm a feminist Autobot. James Wan should be the one to do it. I've seen almost all of his movies, and he can show very creative scenes and give a lot of action. Maybe he's not a top 10 director, but I think we can all agree that he's a very good director. After all, our goal is not to make Oppenheimer. Am I right? Chapter 3. Scenes, Dialogues, and CGI. I want to say that I don't want to make mysteries as elusive as in Dora. I hate to confuse people, but I don't want to make it as easy as in the movie. The mustache there, the gun there, your mom there. The movie was just too easy, which was not fun. It was grasping the plot too fast, and the character was moving accordingly. It was lacking in development. It was like G.I. Joe. Let's talk about the scenes. You have to avoid the open space as much as possible, because it doesn't make sense to show the outside world in this context, and it doesn't make sense for the budget. I don't want them wandering around in the forest for 2 hours, so there should be more different areas. And for them to spend some time in the areas, it might help us to get to know them, and during this time their background can be discussed. And the dialogues were very witty. And I didn't like that, just like Simon Cowell. Personally, I'm sure that if the jokes were more improvised, it would be the same content as in the game from a similar point of view. Because the jokes in the game are kind of personal, as if improvised, so a person who knows his character knows what to say there. If we talk about CGI, CGI is for girls. I'm kidding, so calm down, Hulk. I don't want my story to use CGI as bad as Marvel does now, so I think this movie should use as little CGI as possible. As hard as it sounds, it makes more sense to do it without CGI. Wow, I feel like Christopher Nolan. Chapter 4. Subject. Let's get to the most important thing, the story. I'm pretty good at history, so much so that I failed history, I think. I know Nathan's been researching Drake's history, and he's based on his diary, so I don't want to spoil it. So I've done some research, and I've taken the most important events that happened in that time period, and we can show that they're in the diary. For example, The Lost Kingdom of Friar John. The title is already there, The Lost Kingdom of Friar John. The content could be a hidden treasure or a different kind of treasure. I haven't decided for sure, but I have a lot of ideas in my mind for the direction of the story. I want to show as many different places as possible in the story, so according to my research and the order of the story, here's how it will go. He learns that there is a letter in Italy for him to solve the mystery, but it is in the hands of the mafia. In the chaos that ensues after the negotiations, he learns where he's going next, but realizes that he needs a reporter to get into such a special place. And with that, he meets Elena. I want the story to start like this and spread to many different places. For example, Italy, Ethiopia, Yemen. I want to have areas such as the ancient city of Petra, the secret chamber of the treasure. Of course, this is one of my drafts, so this content can always change in terms of course and story. There will be a main villain and his sidekick. My goal in this story is to focus on my favorite trio. I want Nathan and Victor to be like father and son, arguing and joking and talking together. I want to show Elena's passion for curiosity and her attitude towards others. I also want to do the car chase scene, which is a tradition in Uncharted, just like Fast and Furious, baby. Closing, reflections. I know it's not easy to get content accepted or for people to like my ideas, so I'll say something important. I want to do this because Uncharted was the last game we played before my dad died. I'm kidding. I just wanted to give it a try. The thing is, writing or directing is not easy. I accept that. Also, people ask me why they want to do it again when they already have content. The truth is that if there is something you know and love, strive for it. Maybe it may not add much to people, but the more it is valued, the more it is valued. I can do this work even without getting paid because I value this art, baby. Note, I left my Discord link in the comments if there is anything you want to ask or consult.